I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that.
No country and no people can remain free and ignorant at the same time.
We are genuinely, actually living inside of the Matrix.
Everything you've been told is a lie. Everything. Stop believing that they have the best interest of you. They don't care about you. What they care about is more power and more money. So what we could do is take the power back.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
How do you deal with conspiracy theories?
Maybe there's just some bad person behind this.
That's not a conspiracy. That's true.
We're in like a fucking weird movie.
Do you remember when you were a kid and you would hear about the last days of the Roman Empire?
Yes.
That's us.
Here's the problem. People are marching into this willingly. As long as their team wins, they don't really care what rights they lose and what things end up looking like.
The political machine has divided us up into different identity-based groups. They have taken all of the stereotypes that are to be believed about all of the different groups and have amplified them and are using them to divide and conquer us.
You have to direct the people. You have to concentrate your power. You have to concentrate the people's attention on certain things in order to get them to go in the direction that you want them to.
The reason why gas prices are up is because of Russia. Russia.
To change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions.
No more drilling, no ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends.
You can thank the activity of Vladimir Putin.
With all due respect, Madam Secretary, that's utter nonsense. In January of 2021, the average gas price in my state was $2.07. 8 months later, long before Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine, that price was up over 30%, and it has been going up consistently since. And here's what your president did when he first came to office. He immediately re-entered the Paris Climate Accord. He canceled the Keystone Pipeline. He halted leasing programs in ANWR. He issued a 60-day halt on all new oil and gas leases and drilling permits on federal lands and waters. That's nationwide. That accounts, by the way, for 25% of U.S. oil production. He directed federal agencies to eliminate all supports for fossil fuels. He imposed new regulations on oil and gas and methane emissions. Those were all just in the first few days. Are you telling me that's had no effect?
In my memory, you were one of the most engaged and hardest working participants.
They're well-calculated moves. They know what they're doing. They have an agenda. They have an idea, a purpose, so they don't make mistakes.
But we also have a farm crisis that we're not putting first and taking care of. We're heading for a food shortage in this country.
I know you know the numbers. I don't know if our audience really knows, unless they're a farmer, the impact on the farming community. Look at these numbers. Some fertilizers have gone up 200%. Others have nearly tripled in price.
$50 billion to Ukraine, and we continue to help other parts of the world, but we haven't taken care of American farmers.
Bill Gates, business magnate, software developer, philanthropist, nation's largest farmland owner. Yeah, you heard that right. Gates owns nearly 270,000 acres of farmland in the U.S. Who knew?
We have fact-checked these claims, and we have found no evidence that suggests that these fires were premeditated in order to create some sort of national food shortage.
You speak about the transformation, a gradual transformation, hopefully gradually in a very fast sense.
So you do it in steps that are as big as you can get away with, but not so big that you alert too many people of the fact that there's a pattern here.
Of course, focusing on these individual events is not what gives us the answer. It's more so when we zoom out and look at the big picture that we can see what's really going on.
Out of this chaos that's going on comes what? A new world order. That's why on the back of their dollar it says order out of chaos. Order out of chaos. And for there to be a new world order, first there has to be chaos. The old world system has to fall. They're saying this is the Great Reset.
Billions of people just living out their lives, oblivious.
But this is the moment for you to show us what is real.
I'm going to tell it to you straight. I'm going to tell you the truth. Our darkest days are ahead of us, not behind us. And now's the time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there.
Let's clap for that, you stupid bastard.
This would be the time because you really need world order, financial world order.
This alternative vision argues that ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
We are here to develop the great narrative, the story for the future. But in order to shape the future, you have first to imagine the future, you have to design the future, and then you have to execute.
The world has not escaped from the darkness. The long shadows of conflict and crisis envelop us still.
Where do you think this ends? How do you think this plays out in the end?
I think the one thing I'd like for you to take away from anything that I say today is this one point, that nothing in this world works the way you think it does.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy.
Hey, Operation Mockingbird are full effect. You think it's getting bad? We ain't seen it yet. Propaganda getting votes, cutting checks. They burn this bitch up till there's nothing left. Left wing, right wing, same chicken, pipe dreams.
They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them.